Okay, we're going to look at Sean's trade this morning in the Australian dollar. He got in at 9:36, 9:45 our time, short. Let's take a look at what the logic is and the reason is for taking that short. Okay, and we're going to go to a larger chart and zoom in once we get there. So here is the larger chart, 15-minute chart of the Australian dollar, and I'm going to take a look as to how that was achieved. Okay, remember, what you want is to have a bias in one direction. Okay, so here's the piece over here. On the 15-minute chart. Hey, Chad. So you got in at 9:45 our time. Okay. So let's take a look at the move from here up to there, and then the move from here down to here, and then the move from here up to where you want to short it. Okay. So what we have here is basically a shallow off of this low, a deep off of this high. Okay. So shallow's coming off of this low, deep coming off the high. This upward move. Okay. Now, this is not the best situation to have in the last couple of flips and flops. Okay, we're going to go to a 5-minute chart. Now, in the 5-minute chart, I'm going to go and do the same type of thing. Okay. So you went short around here somewhere. 88.05. I'm going to go exactly where that is in a second. On the 5-minute chart, dominant is medium. This is deeper. This is shallower. Okay, so let's take a look at a 1-minute chart. At 9:40, 9:36. Somewhere around here you went short? Okay. So what we're looking at is the reason why there should be a short right there. Okay. Okay. Why would you short there? Now, this is the same type of mistake I made today, and I was a little too greedy. I'll be honest. This is just not something that you want to do. I mean, odds are you may win. Look, 50% retracement, dominant. Okay. Even the first one over here started out as 50% only. And with this thing, wider one shows up. He's 50. This is deeper, and then you have this guy being shallow, Sean. Less than 50%. Okay. So it came down to here, and I'm not sure the basis for the short, because this definitely is not combo high. On a 1-minute chart, even if I were to extend upwards, see, it's not even 261s yet. So this is just getting started to the upside. Sure, it dropped over here, but is it going to continue dropping? Well, what is this situation here that would cause a big drop? Remember, this is not very deep, but dropping off of this high into this low, that guy over there, very deep. A, B, very deep point C. And you can see the measure move within measure moves here. And then we popping up here. So what would 9988.05 be? Why would that be a short? Now, over here, you made your way down here, okay? Hey, this is good. It dropped a little bit. But again, you want to watch how the dominance is very deep, first level, double top, and then did you take profits around down there? Here's raw combo B. If you did short there, down at 98, no, I'm sorry, 87, 95, 96. Again, okay, coming right off of here, again with a shallow, dropping off of this high with a deep left skew, double top, still deep, double top again. This is shallow. And then, do you see what I'm saying? Even though shorting at 88.05, which I think you did right around there. The fact that you made it down over here the hard way, meaning deep, this is where you want to grab it. Now, I know if you have a bias in your head, a lot of times you could be lulled into that bias. Okay, so again, the shallows off of this low, deeps off of this high, shallow, medium shallow off this low, deep off of this high, shallow off of this low. Okay, see the theme? From here to here to here to here. There is definitely something to be careful. You want to be careful in terms of shorting into this type of thing. Now, down here, it was a deep retracement. Now, this is not a combo, okay? But wait, why did it not go combo here? This is what is more powerful than a lot of us realize, which is the measure move within the measure move. See all those deep measure move within measure moves? Those are no joke. Deep here, especially the deep one over there. This type of deep stuff here will allow this to not go down too far. And if you have a combo zone in this area, that would be a fantastic confirmation. This is measure move within the measure move at its finest. Okay. You were looking at daily and hourly. Yeah, but at the point of impact, you want to look at the 5-minute, just what's happening locally around here. If you were looking at it, you want to zoom in and zoom out, Sean. Now, you can still give it some breathing room and all that, but this is what gives you a chance to, well, if you play with a big stop, that's okay. That's one thing. But you still want to play a little bit tighter. Let me show you what I did today. And don't try this at home, kids, because this was not a good trade. All right. So, wait, what am I? This is. Oh, this is not. Hang on. Crude oil. here's the crude oil chart. Let me show you what I did. And this is, let me go to the hourly chart. Okay. Shallow or medium shallow, deep, 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 chop, 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 right around here, okay? Now I'm thinking, okay, bounce a little bit here, I'm going to short it. Let's see what happens right here. I'm on the 60-minute chart, so I'm going to go down to a 15-minute chart, okay? Now on the 15-minute chart, if I was watching it fast enough, I would know that at the open, we're dropping here into the open, okay? A couple of things. What is this? What's here that's causing a drop? Is it a combo series? No, just some deep choppy chop chop. Okay, that would cause a drop. Where would it drop down to? Well, this is why I did not have time to look at chat. It can drop down to this 78, to this 78, or this 78. Let's address this 78 first. Can it drop down to here and then bounce? The easy answer is that sure it can, but it depends on how it drops down there. Okay. Now, if I'm going down to the 5-minute chart, how does it drop? Oh, bar to bar. But watch what happens on the 1-minute chart. Again, I was a little late. I just turned this on and I thought, okay, what's going on here? And here's what happens on the 1-minute chart. Okay. This is the 1-minute chart at the 70%. What do we have here? We have a medium, not the deepest dominant, okay? And he gets the 261 here, okay? Now, looking at the widest time range, which is right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 bars wide. A 6-bar wide would knock out a 2-bar, but would not knock out a 3-bar. That's a 3-bar wide guy right there. The 3-bar wide, he's super shallow. What's the next guy? Here's a 3-bar wide guy, had the higher high, lower low treatment. He's next. And then what? The higher high, lower low guy, he gets treated too. Okay. Now I'm just going to stop here for a second. Get rid of the 78 here. Now, as we speak right now, let me get rid of this for a second. Okay. This is raw combo B. Raw combo B says the average of these 3 guys are right here. Raw fine-tuned with 1 extra 461. Now the average would be here. Now, if you stop here for a second, what is the average of these 4 numbers? This is raw combo B with an extra 461. This 461 came off of a higher high, lower low, mind you. Okay, now this is not so deep. This is shallow. This is still shallow. When you have a higher high, lower low guy, okay, and he's getting the 461 treatment, this is where the analysis comes in. Again, I wasn't quick enough because it was already right there. The average of these 4 numbers gives me 97.87. 97.87 is the average. Okay. Here's 88. Here's 86. 87 is the average. Now, question. Do I need to throw in an extra guy here? Do I need to throw this guy here and take this average? Well, let's see what happens as it comes into that average. Okay. We may or may not need this guy here. And here's the real kicker here. I'm going to draw in this measure move. And this measure move is medium deep. Okay. AB equals CD. Medium deep meaning 61%, a little bit more, okay? He's left skew, coming into this 97.87 zone. But the kicker is in here, okay? This guy right here, that one didn't go down bar to bar. So left skew. Why was it left skew? Because medium, deep. Now, as it comes into this zone like this over here, we got two measure move within this measure move. This measure move was already medium, deep. This one's medium, and then deep over here. So anywhere down over here, right near the open, is fair game. So again, 87, 97, 87, 86, 87, 88, 89, anywhere around here, because we're coming with a left skew. I'm sorry, measure move within the measure move, and the guy that's encapsulating it is also medium deep. The one before that is a higher high, lower low. And sure, we have two shallows. The dominant is not very deep, but it's this pattern right here that is coming in to tell you that it doesn't want to go down anymore. This zone could be it. Now, once that zone gets hit, it goes up. Now, once it goes up, a lot of times they'll go up here and they'll retest the low. Okay. Guess what? This time it did not. It did not. What does that mean? That means we're coming off of this low with a shallow. Now, this is a 2-bar wide. Being a 2-bar wide dominant here gets knocked out easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one knocks it out. This huge one knocks it out. Okay. By the way, this is what. So again, coming off of this low with what? Shallow. It's a 2-bar wide guy. And then this is the medium. This is medium. This is shallow and shallow again. Shallow and shallow. This thing drops down, medium, deep, deep. Now, what I did was a dumb thing, I have to admit, because I'm thinking to myself, can this 78 hold? If not, I better get out over here. Well, my mistake was I didn't. So I thought it might drop a little bit for me to break even. Why do I have to get out over there? If I took a shot at the 78, why do I have to get out? Here's why. It's a super shallow. You could say, well, yeah, the deep measure move within the measure move. I know. The dominant is super shallow. This guy over here, the dominant was medium, right? And then you have some measure move within the measure move coming down. This measure move within the measure move is deep. I like that. Then we got some over here. We got shallow over here coming in. Once it broke above there, my mistake was I held on for a little bit because I thought it might drop a little bit for me to, break even. Bad idea. The moment it gets above there, it's all over. It's all over because you just formed a wider, obviously super shallow guy. And what really kills it was this. So again, don't try this at home, kids. See this? This is a wider time range. That's also super shallow, knocking out some of these guys here. If I were to take even, let's say this guy gets knocked out, okay? Super shallow again. So once it took out this high over here, forget it. This is why I stopped out right around here. It's like, forget it. No way. So I might could have done this a little bit, right? But being wider here, wider than what? 3 bars? 2 bars? How wide is this guy really? When it dropped and not followed through, but yet held sideways to take out that high. So this was my bad here. 20 bars. 20 bars definitely would take out, 5 and 4 and 3 bar wide. So super shallow by a mile. This is actually a breakout long. The stop below there. Okay, so that was just a lot of strength coming through. Dominant, so-called dominant from here is super shallow. Okay, so this thing took a shot to the upside over here. Now, again, the big move was to be had was that long over there. But let me show you what I got seduced by. These are deeps here, okay, and some of these guys over here have gone to some extensions. But again, these are not 461s yet. But more importantly, you want the local patterns to come through. I was watching one pattern there. I did not do it, but I was watching it. And let me show you what one of them could have been. Okay. Again, that's a super shallow guy, right? How far should he go? $461. Here's a deep measure move within the measure move, right? How far should he go? $461. And this super shallow wider that I mentioned, okay. Now, I'm going to show you where, if you want to take a shot at the short, this would be one of them, but this is not. I was just not on today. I'm sorry. Okay, let me be a little more precise. This is a deep measure move within the measure move. Okay. All right. Okay, got some four numbers here. Question: do I take this other one number over here? Well, I should, right? Now here's what makes it tricky. Whether I do or don't makes it kind of tricky. I mean, for the short here. The key is to see what happens over here. On the 1 minute chart, this was a little tricky, but see, we have deep measure move within measure moves here. Deep here, deep again here. So when it broke above there, this guy by itself is very shallow, but these deeps over here prevents it from going any higher. Now it's not just these numbers, it's a bunch of these numbers averaging, okay? Again, we have a deep here. This one could have gone a little higher here before dropping, but this is a slowing down mode that the market decided to go down on. And right here was a super shallow and then wider, but this I did not trust this short here, so I didn't do anything. But this is basically a few 461 stretching out. It was kind of a weird day because I did I did not have it in me to go. Hang on. Okay, I did not have it in me to go break out long over here. I was thinking about buying on a pullback, didn't pull back. So that was right at the open, Chad, was that long, and you had to be quick to say, look, I want it. Okay, and we did not have any drops like that to get us in on this big ride up. After that, it was all breakouts, super shallow breakout, super shallow breakout. So if I did short there, I should have been stopped out over here at 98.74 and reverse. As a breakout. I think Tom liked to do these breakouts. So this was kind of a wacky day for me. I did not like that. Now yesterday, let's talk about yesterday. On the S&P, I had this thing. Okay, Possible buy on dips. Again, deeps here, shallows there, right? With a bounce at the 78, over to go down to the dominant 261. Now, yesterday on the S&P, this was another. Well, you have to play the S&P. Here's what happened yesterday. Again, deeps off the highs off the and shallows off the lows. To make a long story short, it came down to this 78%. Now the kicker here, I think I mentioned this yesterday, is that you have a lot of 461s helping out the cause. And once you have that, this is deep. See, once you have a deep dominant or some deep measure move within the measure move, this is a measure move within a measure move, by the way, going all out to its 461. And you have some other guys here to help it out as well. You see, this is what makes a good thing. But it was a little scary looking because of the FOMC news that hit the fan. But I'm going to show you how these guys here, especially when the dominance deep, the first level, take the first one or two. If they are deep, okay, and this guy, he's the big old dominant here. Okay. All right. So again, this is medium, deep, deep, and deep. This is shallower. Okay. Now, look how deep the dominant. This guy's deep. That one's deep, and this is deep. Okay. If you have anything that resembles this type of thing, I think what 78% deep, and then dropping deep again. 3 deeps. The dominant first level and second level, all deep, deep, and deep. When you have that hitting full blown down here somewhere, this high will be taken out. Okay. Now this type of 461 with all the deep stretching out will not have one of the 3 slowing down patterns. It can just go down violently and will bounce just as quickly. In other words, there's no deeper and deeper. There's no measure move within the measure move. It's not a higher high, lower low. It's just a quick down move, stretching out everything into these 461s, coming off of deep, deep, and deep. And that's when it's going to bounce up like a rubber ball or drop. Okay, so this is what you don't have one of the 3 slowing down patterns. I'm showing this because this is a classic pattern, which is one of the ones that I look for if I can catch them. And once in a while, you'll see that in gold. So this is the classic deep. Okay, deep. And it could be a measure move within the measure move. Okay, deep here. All right. Then you have a move coming down to here. And then you have a, let's say, a shallow here. And then you have a strong down move here. Okay. You say, well, that's a strong move. But if you were to take something like you take this guy here, you take this guy here, you take this guy, he's up here, and you take this guy who's down there. Well, where would the average be? Somewhere right around here, maybe, right? This is the kind of thing where you get a strong move. Why? Because this guy, all 3 are deep, stretching down to, and this guy's shallow. His 461 is here. He may not hit it. This guy's 461 is over here, and the first 2 are down here. The center of gravity, if it's at 70%, would cause a big, fast up move. Now, of course, if this is a larger chart, you would still want to break this down to a smaller time interval chart, of course. Okay. but it takes something strong like a news to hit it down here, and then it'll bounce just as quickly. Otherwise, if you don't have deep, deep, and deep stretching out the combo C, then you're going to have you're going to need one of the three slowing down patterns.